with hundreds and thousands of lakes in the Sierra Nevadas. Nothing quite captivates me like alpine lakes. From the turquoise blue water, from the reflection of the sun, these lakes are formed from glacier melt, snow, ice. Today we're gonna hike to 3 lakes on the Big Pine Trail in Big Pine, California, in Inyo National Forest. The trail begins on Big Pine Creek Campground at this parking lot right here. There you will see this sign warning you about the wildlife on this hike. And there is a wilderness permit that is required to camp overnight. I'm going to leave a link in my description on how to get that wilderness permit below, and also the map. So right there is snow melt from the top of the mountains. So all that snow melt is coming back down into that creek down there. And you could also see some houses right there, some campgrounds in that area. And down there is actually South Fork Trail. We're actually going to stay on North Fork Trail. And there you can see the campground. So that down there is south. We're going north. So just watch out for that sign. And you can see the waterfall from a distance coming down the mountain. And you will stay on the Big Pine Trail right here. You'll just go straight ahead. The trail is very rocky. So just watch your footing when you climb up this mountain. So right there you can see a big peak right there. I'm not quite sure the name of that peak, but we're now at the waterfall. We're actually getting above it. So this water is just pouring down from that snow melt coming through. So just be careful, try not to get too close to it so you won't fall and hurt yourself. But this is pretty neat. And we're now in the John Muir Wilderness right here. So when we see this sign, we're just gonna make a right. And you can see we're gaining some elevation. And we're still next to the river or the creek. So it's gonna get pretty shaded in a little bit. We're gonna head through the forested section of this hike once we get a little past this river. And up there a bit more is actually another waterfall. We're gonna get back on the trail, and there are signs letting you know about fires, so they don't want you starting any fires in these woods. And you're gonna get to this sign letting you know that you're gonna reach the lakes, and you're gonna see that mountain right there on the left side. That's a very iconic mountain that you'll see next to the lake. And when you get to this portion, you just gotta hop along the rocks over that river. And then you're going to get to this point. You're back on the trail on the side of the mountain. Of course, you get these nice views of the mountains. You have this nice little mini waterfall coming down on the way up. So if you want to filter out right there, you can. And another waterfall right there. And you can see there's just a lot of snow left on the mountains. Of course, you get amazing views as you make your way up through this hike. And at this time of the year in summer, there's normally not this much snow on the mountains. So it's pretty neat to see that. And you're going to get to this point where you're next to the river, and you're just going to go around this switchback right here. And of course, you can see more towering mountains. And at this point, it's just going to get really rocky on the trail. But you're just going to go straight ahead, stay on the path. It's a really nice hike. It's rated as a hard hike, but just my opinion, I would say it was more of a moderate hike. And then you're going to reach this cabin in the woods. So you could stop, take a look at the cabin. So I'm going to go ahead and get in front of the cabin. So this is actually the river that goes down next to the cabin. So turn the camera around a little bit. That way you can see the front of the cabin. So it does actually have like a little restroom on the side that you could use if you need to. Of course, we're just going to get back on the trail right here. Right next to the cabin, just go straight ahead. You will have to do a little creek crossing, not too much though. And there is a lot of water on this mountain. And you can see all the nice flowers blossoming through this forest. The trail is pretty well paved and pretty easy to follow. Even though I'd still recommend downloading the map from the All Trails app. And I'm actually only going to hike to 3 lakes. You could do all 7. That's completely up to you. If you have the time and you have the energy, or if you want to do some backpacking or overnight camping, then doing all 7 lakes would probably be a good way to enjoy your adventure. So we're getting pretty close to the first lake. And there it is, the first lake. You just go ahead and make your way down right here. And you can see that turquoise blue water. And you can see that calendar-esque picture of that mountain right there that you often see. That's always standing above Big Pine Lakes. So on the other side of the tree line is actually the second lake. And there's a lot of bugs, so remember to bring bug spray. And there's actually another waterfall on that side over there, but you can't see it. So we're getting back on the trail right here. And just another view of the first lake, and we're just gonna head straight up here. And just another view of the lake. So here's the trail. And we have arrived to Lake 2. So this one is actually one of the more popular lakes that I read about. And I believe it's just that mountain that towers in front of the lake that gives it that calendar look. And these lakes do remind me of my time in Glacier National Park because of the color of the lakes. And it kind of is reminiscent of Banff National Park up in Canada. Also because of the texture of the lakes. And there's another waterfall down up there. And I'm going on to the third lake. Walking away from the second lake. And this is the third lake. So this is probably about half a mile from the second lake. They're all relatively close to each other. If you go a little further, you could get to the rest of the lakes. I hope you enjoyed this hike. Don't forget to like and subscribe.